All right, everyone. What is going on? We are live. Welcome back to the Unconventional Mindset. My name's Odum, and every day, right here on YouTube, we get together every Monday through Friday. We live stream our process, and we get to work whatever it is that we need to do to build ourselves a company that's going to generate us $1 million in revenue every single year. Last year, we did just shy of $100,000, and this year, love to do $250,000 in revenue. But we got a lot of work to get there. Because we've kind of put down our focus on doing what am I looking for? Client work, but we're focusing more on products now. So we're kind of going on that, and of course with that we're building Piixel Pieces, which is our WEBFLOW component and template library. And yeah, we're just really focusing on that. Kevin, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Really liked yesterday's discussion. Cool, thanks. Right on, man. Yeah, it's one of those things where I find that I always have it in the back of my mind about making sure that I'm focusing on the right things and making sure that I'm moving forward in the right direction. And I think it was just really good for me to be able to verbalize and articulate that oftentimes I find myself that I go into too many different directions. And for this with Piixel, I need to focus on the one avatar, the one channel, and just the one product, and just kind of focus for there. So thanks. I appreciate the comment and letting me know in the feedback that I'm going in the right track. So will I be keeping the name Unconventional Mindset for the stream? Yeah, it's a good question, and I haven't given too much thought to it, to be honest. But at the end of the day, in my mind, there's still lots of things that I want to do in terms of unconventional mindset, because there's other aspects of my life that I want to put in order, if you will. And it all kind of fits under this umbrella. And just one big thing of it, which I'm focusing on right now, is like financial freedom, personal freedom, and building a business to help establish that. So that's kind of what this live stream is all about. So that's just what the focus is now. I don't know, should I call it something different? Because I do know for Piixel, because what I'm working on right now, really behind the scenes, is I'm getting everything ready for all the videos that I want to produce. And I want to, when I go live with Piixel and have that own YouTube channel, I want to have a bunch of content kind of ready to go. So my idea is to have all that WebFlow, web design, all that stuff just on one channel, and have this live stream and this channel that I have for kind of everything that I do. So that was my thought process. I don't know. What do you think? I mean, I guess it's a little tough to say because you don't know what's in my mind and kind of where I think I'm going to go with this in the future. And again, I'm thinking like 3-4 years down the line of where it is that I want to go. But I think it makes sense to separate this live stream from everything Piixel, because again, I think with this live stream, I think I'm going to be talking about different things outside of just building a business at some point down the line. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe it should all be in one. I don't know. I should probably put some more thought into it. But I let me know what you think. I mean, I'd really like to know. Okay. So, because I think one of the ideas, I don't know. Yeah, I really don't know. I'm going to think about it before I start rambling on. Okay. So, right. So I put up this document that I made. So we were working on this a few weeks ago, I would imagine, about kind of bringing everything under one umbrella. And I don't know exactly where this is going to go today, because I haven't put too much thought into this since we've done this. But what's our homepage and our landing page going to look like when people go on, piixel.com, or I guess it's .ca, and how are we going to structure things? And again, kind of thinking about what our whole thing is going to be and what it is that we're trying to do. So I was thinking, well, you know what? Let's just, maybe we could I'll bring up a Word document here very quickly so we can kind of maybe sketch things out a little bit faster than trying to put it on Figma, at least for right now. So let's just look at our home page here. Okay, let me zoom this in here a little bit. Does it make sense to do it here, or should we do it in Figma? No, maybe let's just stick with Figma here. I'm just going to create a new new thing, a new file. Okay. And give it a frame, blah, 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 wireframe. Okay. So this is just new homepage. So really what I want to figure out is what kind of pages we're going to need and what kind of content it is that we're going to need to write for this. So, right, if we go here, let me just copy this whole header section here. Where did the logo go? How did that not get copied? That's not part of it. That's weird. Oh, I think I know why. Oop. Paste. Okay. Actually, we don't need pixel pieces. I think we just need the logo for Piixel, which we'll have to find. Okay. Can we, how do we, is there a way to, oh, no. Oh, there we go. Cool. We could just do this. All right. All right. So what are we thinking of having? So let's take this out here for a second. So if you're on, let's actually go, where are we? Let's go right here. So here we have our original site, and this site is all about the work that we do for clients to build and manage WEBFLOW websites. So that's fine. So that's just what it is right now. And of course, Piixel Pieces has components, templates, and just pricing and about. So this is very simple as well in terms of there's not very many, brochure type pages for marketing. So what we do want to add is we really need to add the educational piece, right? So if we look at our channel here and all the marketing materials we're going to do, is we're all about creating long form educational content, right? Which all leads to our product. And thinking about who we want, people that want to learn how to build websites and start freelancing and all that kind of stuff. So I think it makes sense to put in, let me zoom this in a little bit. So, oh geez, that's too much. How do I, okay, there we go. That's a better zoom. So I think we have something like, let's bring in a hero section. Actually, there's probably one here. Right, so it's just going to say something. This is totally not thinking a lot about this, but learn how to master like WEBFLOW and make lots of money, right? Whatever it's going to end up being. Okay, let's make this a little bit wider. Okay. Learn for free how to go. I'll say learn how to build amazing WEBFLOW websites completely for free. Let's just say. Okay, really bad text here, but we'll wordsmith this later on. Absolutely. Total just placeholder stuff here. Okay, so we have Piixel. So what do we want to have? I guess, so if the idea here is if we have, well, what pages should we have? Let me give it another text here. So we have components, which that'll go to Piixel Pieces. We probably want to have, what other pages? You want to go something about like learning, or maybe we should have courses. So again, all these courses are going to be free. Maybe in the future will be paid, but I doubt it. I doubt it. I think they're always going to be free. But I'm sure we'll have it where you need to at least log in or what have you, so that we can gather emails, and of course track your progress when you sign in and what have you. Have it be like an actual course, but that you can start and stop at your own pace. But yeah. Okay. So what can we call it? We can just call this, like just like dedicated courses, like course material. Like for example, the course that we're working on right now is the how to build your own pixel pieces kind of library kind of thing. So that's almost like almost like a pro level, high level Webflow course. But anyways, whatever, that's fine. Okay, whatever, dedicated courses. Or let's just say, we'll talk about like self-contained courses, just self-contained courses, whatever. And then like resources, I guess. This is where we'll have things like the style guide, downloads, whatever somebody might need as a freelancer or whatever. Like maybe there could be like Excel spreadsheets or whatever, things to deal with clients, whatever. Lots of the different resources that you'll use like as a web designer or a professional. Should it be components and templates? That's another question of where templates are going to go. Or maybe this is one of the things where we're talking about where we shouldn't worry too much about trying to build too many templates, because again, one avatar, one product, and the product is components. But I do remember saying that I do want to get some templates too, though. So that's tough. Let's just leave it out for now. I guess is that it? It could be that simple. We don't want to complicate things too much, right? Yeah, I think I like that. That's really, really simple. So we have components, we have courses, and then we have resources. Should we have I wonder if, we can't do that. I wonder if like within each of these, there should be like a drop-down menu. So within resources, you might want to have, let's see if we can put it in here. Let's see. You might want to have like the blog or a blog, templates. We'll just say like WEBFLOW templates. And that could also be like your style guide, right? And then we could also have, just be miscellaneous things, but yeah, I don't even know what we'd put it in here. Yeah, well, I don't have anything right now, so we'll leave it blank. Yeah, I don't know. Should it be different? Maybe it should just be something like this, resources and then blog. Because basically within the blog, it's going to be, we'll have to figure out how to, we'll just basically transcribe our YouTube videos and put them into text format. So people could either read it, which will basically like the scripts that I'm writing. So that could go in the blog format, and then there could be links or whatever to all the different resources or whatever is being used and described within the actual video, and then link to the video as well too. So we can kind of have all of that. Yeah, so having a blog makes sense. Yeah. And then how do we do this with logging in? Because I'm just trying to think of how this is going to work, because Piixel Pieces is its own Webflow project. And we're just going to use whatever, I can't even remember what it's called now. It's like a reverse proxy to be able to have that go off of pixel.ca/components. And that'll get you to Piixel Pieces. So it'll be a completely different website. So managing the login, it's not going to be easy. And I don't think we're going to want to do it. We don't want to have the logins across different URLs, or sorry, across different Webflow projects. Rolando, welcome. Hola, desde el infierno. Is that greetings from hell? It's not still hot there, is it? I mean, probably. I think that's something like that is what you were saying. How are you doing today? Again, hopefully you're staying cool if it is still hot. Yeah, so there isn't really going to be a login to this site specifically. Actually, I think there will be a login for the courses, right? Because, yeah, what are the courses are going to be? I mean, I'll probably do the courses within Webflow themselves, to be honest. Because I don't think I'll use like something like Teachable or Circle or something like that, because I don't want to pay all that extra fees. So I might just build it myself within Webflow. Yeah, not like Sunday, but we're at only 36. Well, that's much better than 46 and oh my goodness, and all those crazy high temperatures. Yeah, so 36, it's like a cool fall day compared to what it was before. I think you should put the courses in a subdomain so that they run faster and are more hidden. Well, why would we want to hide them? What do you mean by in terms of things being hidden? Like, again, I could definitely put them on a different site and just use a reverse proxy so that they're still pixel.ca/courses and that we could still maintain things to be really, really fast. But I mean, I think the idea is to have them pretty front and center so that people know that's kind of what we do. That what we do at Piixel is we're basically like a resource for you to understand and learn everything you need to learn to be like a professional Webflow guy, or like I want to say, I definitely don't want to sell it as just a Webflow thing, but I think for now, I think it makes more sense. But it's just come to Piixel and you'll be able to learn how to be a really competent web designer / developer and be able to make a living off of it. I mean, that's kind of the dream that we're going to be selling here. We want to make sure that people can come onto this one site, get that information, get that expectation of what we can offer, and then they could go ahead and dive straight into the resources, whether they're clicking on the courses or components or what have you. So I think if we're going to align these, yeah, and then this one, it's not even going to have, can we hide this? Oh, geez, I don't even, maybe it should be something like this. Okay. So we got logo, navigation, portal, with no button. Let's just delete that for a second. In fact, get out of there completely. How do I take this thing out of this? There it goes. Okay. What is this thing? That's empty. Put that in there. And then Shift A. There we go. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Let's undo that. Okay. So Rolando, that it does not have very quick access, although you can put a link to the content of the course itself. That does not have a direct link from this website because this is a sales page. The course itself. Right. Yeah. I mean, so yeah. So I think I hear what you're saying. So how this is going to flow, at least I'm pretty sure how this is going to flow, is when you click on courses, you're going to be taken to like you're saying, it's going to be another sales page where it's going to be, hey, here are the courses we have. Like they're just going to be in these different cards, right? Oh, here's the how to build, basic website course, or here's how to just learn the basics of WEBFLOW course, whatever the different courses. And then it's going to be like access course. And then that's going to take you to the login page or what have you to actually go into the actual course. Again, whether that's hosted on something else or WEBFLOW, I'm not even sure how that's going to work. But yeah, so it's all going to be like the brochure and the marketing materials to get you to that course, and wherever that's going to be, I'm not sure. So no, that's a good point. But yeah, so they're not. Yeah, I think one of the things that I'll need to figure out is where the actual courses are going to be housed and how we're actually going to produce them and, have people actually use them, and how in depth we're going to want them to be, whether there's going to be quizzes or whatever, or you actually have to move on the different modules to go in, or it's just going to be a series of YouTube videos that you can just watch and then kind of continue on. So I'm not exactly sure. So we'll have to figure that out. But what I do know is that the courses, like what I'm doing right now, I'm making a lot of YouTube videos, and the first course that I want to make is going to be it's going to take a while to actually get that course built out. And what are we in May? We're going to be in June. I mean, I could see it taking, even at the earliest, to be ready in September for this first course, because I'm doing all these other YouTube videos as well to kind of get people used to me, and also for me to get used to my teaching style, and to make sure that I have like 2 dozen videos, like educational type videos under my belt before I get going, trying to sit down and record like a full blown course, which will be like, I don't know how many hours of actual content it's going to be. That's going to be straight through dealing with one specific topic. So, all right. Let's see if this week we can do a video call to share ideas. I've also been planning something similar for a long time. Yeah, absolutely. Just reach out to me whenever. Let's just touch base offline. yeah, just send me a message and then we'll get together and chat. Because yeah, it's I'm curious too, because you're probably, I mean, you're into the WordPress game and the WordPress space. So I'm curious to know like what your ideas are in terms of what you want to do with WordPress and what you're seeing in the community right now. So yeah, absolutely. Let's touch base. Okay. So I think if we look at this frame, we could make that a little bit bigger. Let's change this one. Okay. So why so long? Well, so my short videos or like my just regular YouTube videos, yeah, those ones are going to be more short to the point, like handling one specific, like, hey, how do you do this in WEBFLOW or whatever the case may be. Those will be short and sweet, between 3, 4, 5, maybe 10 minutes long or what have you. But I mean, for the entire course, like, I don't know if you saw the video where we were laying out the outline for what our initial course was going to be. And that course is how to build your very own Reloom library / Piixel Pieces WEBFLOW component library. So, and we broke down all the different topics that we're going to need to cover. And there's so many things that are going to be involved in that. There's so many things that are involved even into building it, that it's going to be a longer course. So it's going to be broken down into lots of obviously smaller videos, but I think in total, you add up all those videos, I'm pretty sure it's going to be hours of content. I don't know exactly how many hours, but it's going to be a while because it's there's probably one of the more complex things that you can probably do within WEBFLOW, especially when you want to talk about memberships and gated content and using third-party applications and integrations with things like MemberStack and whatever. So it's one of the more complex things. It's not the most complex thing, but it's pretty complex. So it'll take more than like a 2-minute video to kind of explain it. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a fantastic course, and especially the fact that it's going to be available for free. I think it's going to be completely amazing, and hopefully that'll help spur people to go on to the component section. But that's for another time. We'll see how that goes. And I know, looking at the other courses that are available, I'm sure I could probably even, charge $300, $400, $500, $600 for this course, especially if I put the time that I think I'm going to be putting into it, putting like 3-4 months of just almost full-time work into getting something like that out the door. But I don't want to do that. I want to give the education for free and get people really good at WEBFLOW, get people wanting to use WEBFLOW, and then hopefully they can use the products that I'm going to build. Because I think for me, I would rather be a guy that makes products that people use as opposed to sell education. That's just kind of me, but that's just what I would prefer. Not that there's anything wrong with selling courses. Absolutely. You got knowledge, you want to sell it, go right ahead. Absolutely. But I just don't think that's quite for me. Again, things could change. I'm totally open to like, hey, you know what? Maybe it makes more sense to sell education courses, but I don't think that's the direction that I want to go. I just feel like there's more potential to give away your stuff for free so people trust you and, they get used to you, all that stuff. They know that you're knowledgeable, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. And then when you do produce something that you want to sell, that is more of a physical product, whether that's a book or whether that's WEBFLOW components or templates, whatever the case may be, or who knows what else I could develop in the future. I think getting that trust and getting that, building those relationships with people by giving away free educational content, I think that's going to be more valuable than just trying to sell education on its own as its own ends to a means. So that's just my ideas on it. Quick ideas. How to establish a dynamic year in the footer. Create a button that takes you to the top of the page. What's that button? Things like that. This way you can create 2 videos per week. I think you're talking about just like quick ideas for videos. Like even just talking about, when people have like the copyright 2024 or what have you, like how do you do that even within WEBFLOW? Yeah. How to get to the top? Yeah. So those videos, yeah. I like ideas like that are things that, people might specifically be searching for Maybe they might be searching in chat now, but might be searching on YouTube. You know, how do I add a back to top button, or how do I, or back to top? Yeah, back to top. Or how do I, you know, update the date? And then if that YouTube video can come up, 100%. So those are really good. So I'm actually going to write that down, because those are absolutely things that I've done and that I've had to do. I mean, it's unfortunate with WEBFLOW. It's a little bit different because you just have to use JavaScript for that, because you can't just, WEBFLOW doesn't allow you to have dynamic information like that. Well, I mean, it allows you to have dynamic information, but there's no way, there's nothing built in within WEBFLOW that you can access that type of information, like what the current years or what the date is, like a JavaScript library or whatever, right? So, well, that's why you got to use JavaScript for it. Yeah, there's other things you can do with a back to top button in order to make it a little bit more functional, where you have it only appear once you scroll down to a certain level of your site, and that's, you can use like kind of WEBFLOW animations to make that a little bit better as well too. So you can give a little bit of more advanced features as well within WEBFLOW, especially when you're dealing with the animations. You should brainstorm your followers using a Google form. Yeah, the only problem is right now is in terms of the people that I have. Well, one thing that I do have is we do have, actually I haven't checked this in a while. I should probably log in because I need to make a habit of that. Shoot, what's it called? Oh, Discord. Right. So we do have our Discord server that we started here. Which is really cool. So we have our Discord server here. So I think what was going to be really cool is to use this as a really good form of communication to people that are fans of Piixel, that want to join the community, and to run like questions or what's the word? Like a poll here in terms of, hey, what kind of components are you looking at us building? What would you like us to build? Or what would you like to see us do videos or whatever? I think this would be a great place to have those types of discussions. So if you're on Discord, do feel free to join here. I don't even know what the link is. But there's a link off of, if you go off Pixel Pieces, I think there's a link on here, because it's kind of like, I'm not a big Discord guy right now, but yeah, off of Pixel Pieces, yeah, there's this little Discord button here, and it's got this weird link to actually find the Discord link. But I think that's going to be one thing that's going to be really good to interact and engage more with people that are following Piixel. So it's a very good point. Okay, so now where were we? What was I thinking? Right. So we're basically going to have yeah. So how do we wireframe this up? I don't want to do anything too complex here, because this is kind of not even so much of a wireframe, but more like just a brainstorm here. So like down below, you know, so below here we'll have a section. And this will essentially be, oh, that's a hideous color. Where's our nice pixel color? I'm not sure exactly what color it is, but that seems not too bad. So here will just be, of course, or actually, that's not how how you do frames, right? Yeah, we do it this way. Right, and yeah, down here, down below here is just essentially going to be like any other website, like landing page, just going to be information on what you actually offer. So let's just fill it out a little bit more here, I guess. Let's go header. What is this? Oh, it's the hero section. Which is very strange. What is going on here? It needs to hug. Oh, weird. Oh, there we go. That makes sense. Okay. Hero. All right, just put this in a group. Whatever. Just call this section for now. Let's go into the actual frame. So we'll have another section. And then this will just, you know, explore components. Or maybe not explore components, but no. All right, okay. The words don't matter just yet. So, oops. To build websites fast, whatever. So, description of our component library and call to action to join, whatever, to just join the site. Can I make this a specific size? Looks like it can. Cool. Let's just center it. Okay. And then we can have I feel like the blog should actually be before resources. Okay, so we'll go right here. Whatever from the blog. And then there'll just be different stories. And as you were saying, like, you know, how to create a back to top button in WEBFLOW. Go up to the frame. whatever, maybe 3 of them. Add dynamic year. In footer. In WEBFLOW. I'm going to just say like in WEBFLOW. One more. Top 5 reasons to use WEBFLOW over WordPress. All right. Can you suggest a different title for the hero? You absolutely can, but what I'm saying before, and what I've said before, all of this stuff is completely dummy text, because this is just literally not even a wireframe. It's just a conceptual, just thinking of what this page is going to look like. So it's not going to be, this is not real content. And I haven't written this out yet. So if you have anything to suggest, by all means, please do suggest it. But I actually haven't sat down and written any content for this yet at all. I just want to put together a little bit of idea of a skeleton and a wireframe of what I want to have on the page. And then I'm going to go from there and write the actual content that we're going to need. So will I be doing written blog articles as well? So I think I will, in the sense that I have scripts that are written. So I think what I'll do is use the content of what I've written down and just put it in blog form. Like, it won't take long to take an actual script and just convert it to an actual blog post, and maybe add a few different things within there, just like links or whatever to things that I might be talking about within the video, and also link to the video within there. So, and I think that's going to help with SEO. Rolando, you could probably talk a little bit about that in terms of SEO, but by having all this information on my blog, I think that's going to help at some point with rankings when people are searching for things like, how do I do this in WEBFLOW or what have you. So I'm thinking that it'll be a good thing to do just in the long term for doing that. So Brent, how's it going? Welcome. Yeah, it's going really good. Had a good weekend. And yeah, just plugging away here at over at Piixel and kind of for the video that I did yesterday. What day is it? Today's Tuesday. Yeah, on Monday. And over the weekend, I was just thinking about the stuff from the Hermosis there in terms of how to get to your first million. And from what they say, talk about or focus on one product with one client or one avatar and one channel. And so that's kind of what I'm really figuring out for Piixel and going forward to doing that, which is the one product is our component library, and the one avatar is for new people that are to WEBFLOW within 0 to 2 years of experience. And then the channel is YouTube, so making lots of YouTube videos. So we're just kind of designing and putting the frameworks in place for what our website is going to look like, and what Piixel Pieces and how that's kind of going to fit in. And yeah, just having everything all set to go. So that way, once I start releasing all of these marketing videos and doing all the YouTube and all that fun stuff, that there'll be a nice home page and a landing page for everyone to kind of, come back to, I guess you can say. So yeah, good weekend, busy, planning things out. So Rondo, master WEBFLOW and create profitable business that puts your kids through college. I actually really like that idea of, putting your kids through college and stuff, and just showcasing, like what it can do for you, especially talking to the people that have a family. But I mean, the thing, whoops, what did I just do? So I do like, it didn't copy it over. Can I? Oh, I can't. It's gotta come on. But the only thing about that messaging that I would say is that there's lots of people, I think, that are wanting to get into the game, especially younger people. If that's kind of what I'm targeting, is people that are just kind of starting out. A lot of them could be, out of college or wanting to go to college. So they might not have kids and might not kind of understand that messaging. So while I think it's really good too, but we just need to be careful in terms of making sure that we don't put off too many of our target people. But anyways, that being said, I'm going to copy it down. I just have it right here, and we'll see what we can work with. Right, this needs to be. We need to fix that button. That's the right button we need. Okay. So anyways, so we'll throw it in there. Thanks for that. And yeah, again, I'm sure at some point within the next day or two, we're going to sit down and we're going to just really write through all this content and figure out what's what. Okay. So we have the blog section, and then for resources, I don't even know if we need to put anything resources on the actual home page here. Frame 3. How many frames do we have? Oh, geez. This one somehow got out. Okay. So yeah, learn at your own pace, courses, something to do with components. And I wonder if the call to action, I think there should almost be two of them. One should be, if it's just learn more about them, and then you click on it, and I think that should take you to this page. And we'll have to get the menu structure looking pretty much the same, or very similar, so it doesn't look like you're on a different site. Or there could also be a call to action to be learn more, or then it could be buy now, and then that'll just basically take you to, where should it take you? I guess it could take you to this page. I guess we'll have to work on that. We'll have to figure out exactly what the content's going to say and where people should go. You should do a pin comment in the chat each live stream to join the Discord. Well, right. Yeah, to join the Discord. Yeah, we were talking about it for a little bit here. That's actually a good point. I got to work on that in terms of how to just promote myself. So where are we here? Let's go here. Let's copy the link. Copy link. Where are you? There. Copy link address. All right. Right. Can I do that? I think I can. I think I could post links on here. Okay. There we go. Can I pin it? Oh, the stupid emojis are in the way. Pin message. Yeah, guys, check out the pin message. If you'd like to join us on Discord, I would love to have you there. And we can definitely have any discussions offline outside of this live stream. Anything regarding Piixel or even just web design in general. Just a place where we can touch base and just hang out and chat. So I appreciate that, the support. Yeah. Is it on here? Yeah, there it is. There's the link there too. So if I see you there, I hope to see you there anyways. All right. So, right. Yeah, I do have, I need to do a little bit more organization on this live stream as well too. And that's probably one thing I need to help with, a little bit of planning, to do better, to know exactly, how should I intro this? What link should I put in? How do I get people to kind of, maybe have some call to actions or whatever. But anyways, thanks for that. I appreciate that. I appreciate the reminder and the help. Okay. Right, so we know what our call to action. Maybe I'm just going to do, oh no, not buttons this way. I'm just going to do, actually, let's go, kind of just go here for a second. Let me just copy this button and bring it in here. Let's do 2 of them. Whoops. No, I don't want you in there. Ah. So, again, whatever. Learn more. And whatever. Join today for 49. Again, these are just total placeholders. Oh. Okay. Actually, these buttons need to go in this section here. Nope, below here, so we can see it. Okay. Okay. Master Webflow. Yeah. Blah blah blah. Whatever. So yeah, we got the courses. That's going to be the important thing. Well, it's going to be pretty important. Yeah, the education is first and foremost. You come to Piixel because you want to get educated. So that's at the top. So learn about the courses, blah, blah, blah. There might be different courses, whatever it's going to say here. Link to the actual course. And then, or it might even be a standalone individual page for each course that we have where there's more information on that particular course, like what the chapters are, what you're going to be learning, why you might want to take the course. You know, one of those questions like, are you wanting to learn how to do Webflow? Are you wanting to learn how to make more money? Do you want to learn how to spend less time building websites? If you answered yes to this question, take this course kind of thing, right? So, and maybe some frequently asked questions as well. But again, it's free too, right? So it shouldn't be too much of a sell, especially if the content itself is fire, right? So that's what I'm hopeful for anyways. Okay, so we might have those things on that page. And then the next most important thing is our actual component library. So we're going to feature that after you learn stuff and like, oh, here's tools that you can use to build websites. Here's our components. And then some more educational stuff from the blog. And then we'll just have the footer. And I guess that's really all we need for our intro and our sales page here. So Rolando, I feel like your wireframe goes straight to the sale and doesn't tell a story that appeals first to emotion and then to reason. I'm probably wrong and I don't see the complete painting. Yeah, and I see what you're saying. I don't know how much of a story we need to tell in something like this, because really what we're doing I think the primary goal of what I want people to do is to take a course or to just want to come to Piixel to be able to learn how to be a better designer, right? So I don't know how much. Again, I think a lot of stuff is going to come from the actual content because it's not written yet. So we're just kind of even throwing things out as a general idea of what we're going to want to have. Because again, all that stuff could be here. This learn at your own pace or whatever. So in terms of following a little bit of a story, the story on here would be, hey, learn everything you need to learn about being a web designer at the start. And then you go down to here are tools that you can have to use to help you do your job better of stuff that you've just learned from above. And that's the components. And then it gets down to, well, then it's, there could be resources in terms of, I don't think that really flows. But then it's just, hey, information from the blog. Here's just more information on things to bring everything kind of, not bring everything together, but just on topics that are kind of just in and around the web design space in general. Yeah, because we're not really selling anything. Well, I guess we are. I mean, we're always selling something, I guess, technically. But I think the story that we're trying to tell and convey is that this is a place where you can come to learn things about how to be a better designer. Yeah, I think it's a good thing. and a good point to keep in mind when we're writing the content and what kind of emotions that we want to invoke from people. So I think it's something important to consider. But when you look at other pages too, and you look at other websites, a lot of the times too, what's really good too is if you can also get to the point really, really quickly, because although I think it's important to tell a good story on your homepage, it doesn't quite tell it. Like it doesn't, you can't tell everything on one specific page. But you have to get to the point quickly, because people within a split second make an idea and an impression in their mind just from looking at the page once it loads, right? So, and hopefully we can get that impression in people's minds very, very quickly. So, yeah. Again, I'm trying to think of our avatar and our person. They don't know anything about web design, or they want to learn about web design. They're trying to figure out how maybe they can make money with this. Is this a profitable industry? Is this something that I could use to help feed my family, right? And they come across a page, they land, and right off the bat, it tells the story. Do you want to learn how to do web design? You know, master WEBFLOW, master web design, make a living doing websites and building websites. You know, click here to learn more, click here to get started, and it's also for free. That's a pretty good sell and a pretty good story right there off the bat. And then of course we can have social proof as well too. So that's one good point. We don't have any kind of social proof here. I think what we can have here, that's actually a really good point. We can have, let's take this down a notch and let's put in something here. Let's call it social proof. Testimonials from people that have taken our course or have used Piixel pieces to help them, you know, in their career, whatever, right? So whatever that's going to end up looking like, I don't quite know yet, but that's the social proof. And let's give it a little bit of a background color. Well, maybe let's just make it, oops. Oh, I think it's filled. Yeah, we'll do that. And then this color needs to be white. It's the actual text color. Oh, there we go. Okay. So I think this helps tell the story, because you will get that credibility right there, right? Okay. So yeah, so this is the primary thing here. And yeah, a little bit of a sale here in terms of this is what we offer, but I mean, you know, it's after the big thing here of taking our courses and learning. And maybe even, it might even make sense to put this stuff from the blog above this component piece, but we'll see. We'll see what kind of content we're going to want to, we'll see about the content that we're going to write for this. Okay. So this is pretty straightforward. Let's take a look here. Let's create a new frame. And I think we'll just very quickly talk about each other page, right? So let's look at this components page. Let's make this font a little bit bigger so it's easier to see. Oh, sorry, not components. We want to go to courses. Or we'll do, it'll be / courses, right? Oops. Right, okay. So I think, so on this page, we're going to have a list. So like basically like in a card view of all the courses that are available for people to take. And then after that, so when you click on a course, and we'll just have call to actions. Actually, this is a good point. Should we do this here or should we do it on another page? I'm just trying to think, if we have multiple courses, should we still have an individual page which lists all the courses? I think we do need to have that because we're not going to list them all on the home page. So yeah, you want to get the courses and you just want to see each course. All right, so call to action in each course card to take you to the individual course page. Course, we'll just call it sell page just to, I mean, we're selling the course even though it's for free, but so that will take you to courses / whatever, course 1. Or let's just say, WEBFLOW 101. And then another example. Build, component library, whatever. And then so on each of these page, on each cell page, we'll have, what are we going to have? Whoops, what did I just press there? I think I just pressed the tab button. I don't know what that did. It took me to the other page. On each page we'll have, what are we going to have? We're going to have, I guess like, well, we'll have the course outline, chapters, whatever, course duration. And that'll be in the outline, like how many, how long is the video and if there's any other materials or whatever within the course. So reasons to take the course, / what you'll learn. And we also want to have a frequently asked questions. In terms of things like benefits and everything, I guess that's all part of the reasons to take the course. Or like what to expect. Maybe that could also be in the frequently asked questions. Maybe what to expect in the sense of, hey, these are more like a self-serve course where you're going to be responsible for doing things, at your own pace. So maybe that could be highlighted somewhere. Yeah, so that takes us for our courses page. Am I missing anything? I think that's good. And for components, so now we move on to components. That strictly takes us to pixelpieces.com. But again, we'll use the reverse proxy so that the actual URL is pixel.ca/components. Or pieces. I don't know. We'll see. Or it might be pieces. But so that takes care of that. Social proof. Yeah, I can never have enough social proof, even if it's small. Oh, I guess even what you're saying too is have it on the sell page. Yes, 100%. Especially for those individual ones. Yeah. So maybe there'll be a combination of what's on the homepage, but also just in terms of people that have taken these individual courses as well too. But I wonder if that's going to be difficult to get social proof for a course that is going to be offered for free. But I think I do want to have a little bit of investment in that. You know, you have to actually, at least you need to log in and, you know, join, and then maybe, maybe have it so that you have to take a quiz or have to do something. I don't know. I'm not so sure. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly. I mean, we could get to the point where we're offering certificates and that kind of stuff, but I don't want to get too far and too deep into that. I know how to do that. I know I built even this kind of whole no code thing for a friend of mine who had his company, where you can take a quiz and then offer certificates and then print off certificates through this guy's platform. So I definitely know that I can do that and issue certificates that people can use and put on their LinkedIn and stuff like that. But I don't know if we need to get there at this stage of the game. I don't think that's too. I mean, I think people, maybe, I don't know if it's more of academia, but people love having certificates because it is something that you can put on your resume. So, but also that being said, I'm not an accredited, you know, WEBFLOW expert certificate generator, but I mean, it could be, it's just, you know, hey, here's a Pixel Pieces certificate or whatever, you know, whatever the good that is, right? Anyways, but that being said, my question or my thought process was, how easy is it going to be to get people to give me their ratings or whatever with their experience with the course? So I guess we're just going to have to ask them. That's why we're collecting people's email addresses. I think one of the things too, we can put out heartfelt emails that say something like, thank you so much for signing up for this course. I can't wait for you to take it. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know at any stage in the process. We're here to help. Join us on our Discord channel where you can ask any questions to the community. Everyone's super helpful. And, you know, once you're done, I really look forward to hearing what your thoughts are. And if you give me your honest feedback as to what we can improve on the course and what your ratings are, blah, 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 let me know. And then maybe they can go on. I'm sure there's some sites, whether it's Google reviews or like Trustpilot or something like that, to actually have people leave reviews somewhere. That would be kind of cool as well too. So yeah, social proof, super important. Yeah, even just from Brent, ask maybe even for the first 10 to 20 people, give a small coupon, 5% return for testimonial. Yeah, I would even do it even bigger than that. I'd be like, hey, listen, if you're going to give me a testimonial, you know, here's 50% off Pixel Pieces or something like that. Huge incentive, because that'd be like $100 or $125 off. And I think that's actually really cool to offer people once they take a course, give them a little bit of an incentive to purchase like an actual plan, right? And become a member. Yeah, there's lots of cool marketing things that we can do once we get going. So yeah, we'll keep all that stuff in mind. That's good. I like it. Okay. Oh, I'm still feeling like tickles in my throat whenever I start talking too much. Okay. And I'm going to put this in lowercase because it's a URL. Okay. So that's 1, that's 2. And now we're going to have /resources. Right. So here, I wonder, like, how should we put the style guide? This is where I'm a little bit, I'm not sure exactly how we should do this. So here's our style guide, right? And this is a pretty important thing that we have built, because it's kind of the framework for people to go ahead and build a website that fits in with the components that we have. So it's basically like the starter project. So it's pretty important. So how do we, should it be something where it should be its own thing, like the style guide? Should it be its own thing, or should it just be under resources? I feel like, well, and should we have something here that just talks about our style guide? I feel like we should. Yeah, maybe that is really important. It is pretty important. No, that's not off topic. It's all good. Did you build a style guide on stream as well? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I pretty much did. Yeah, there's lots of things that were going on back and forth with the style guide. And I have two different things for the style guide. So I have it in this view here, which you can see what the actual code is for every single thing that's part of the style guide. So you see what I've did with the native elements, or whether it's an actual class. So you can look at the style guide this way, and same things for like the forms and all the different things. Or you could look at it and, Rolando, I need to get a back to top button here. Definitely need that. Or you can go to this visual view where you can see how everything looks kind of in code, right? When it's actually there. So here's all the headings. Here's all the text sizes, the text colors, the margins, the buttons, the rich text, the forms. So there's two different ways to look at the style guide. So I kind of have this, I feel like it's a little bit unique because I haven't seen any style guide yet that shows kind of both ways. So yeah, it's kind of what I had here. And then just a change log here at the bottom. So anyways, yeah, this was pretty much built. Not all of it was built on stream, but quite a bit of it actually over the past couple of weeks. So this is important. This is a really big kind of core piece of our component library. So it needs to go somewhere. Yeah, I might have to have an episode. Yeah, I do think, again, if you go back and look at all of them, it's just, I think for the past couple weeks, there's been, I think there's like it's like 10-parter. I can even see right here real quick. I'll live stream. Yeah. So updating Piixel WEBFLOW style guide. Yeah, there's part 1, and then it goes all the way to part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5, part 6, and then the one just a couple days ago, which was on Friday, that was releasing it. That's when I actually published it and pushed it live. So that was episode 331. So basically starting at episode 324 is where it's at. Very nice. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. So yeah, starting on May 15th is kind of when I started working on it on stream anyways. At least this new version, updating it from the version it was before to the version that it is now. Okay. Did I make it responsive as well? I did. At least I'm pretty sure I did. Because yeah, if you respond to, you put it smaller, yeah. But I hidden a few things, but yeah, it's totally responsive. But like, why are you going to be looking at a style guide on your phone? I don't know, but I made it responsive anyways. Just because I can't not make something responsive because it's not good. I think it looks pretty good. Yeah, it's all responsive, and they're all using the elements that are within, like the component library as well too, right? Like it's in terms of the grids and everything. So, yeah, all responsive. Is it necessary? No, but I like it. Yeah, true. That's why I asked. Yeah, yeah. I find it, especially with Webflow, it's actually, I mean, totally off topic here, guys, but I find Webflow pretty nice to work in terms of making things responsive, because you just kind of click on the thing and what mode you're in, and you just adjust a couple like layouts, especially if you just use grid or flex for your layout. You just only have to update a couple things and then it's kind of good to go. So it's really nice. So it's like, why not do it? Right. Okay. So let's throw that. We got to throw that in here somewhere. So I think if we have a learn at your own pace, I think we could even put it below here. Before, again, Rolando, speaking to what you're saying, that I'm going straight into selling. So maybe we'll just throw it here somewhere. Let's copy. Yeah, let's just copy this. Oh, you go back up there. Where's this part? Oh, social proof. Let's call this just social proof. It's one thing I'm not good at is when I'm working in Figma to just organize things as I'm working. Really bad at that. Okay, so we're gonna put this, whatever. This is just the style guide. This is an awesome framework to start building, Webflow websites with. Again, this is not, don't chew me out for any design or tech stuff, because total placeholder stuff. I think that makes sense. Okay, right. So within a so getting back to our resources page. So initially, I'll even write this out. We will only have the style guide as a resource. Yeah. So for that though, we want to talk about why use a style guide. You know what we actually do need as well? I feel like we need our own page for the style guide, because we need to have the documentation. Because I had some documentation, or no, I don't have some documentation, but I remember talking about the need to have documentation on the style guide, but I didn't want to put it in the style guide itself, but we want to have it on a separate page. So I think, actually we do need to have something different. We need to have, we need our own style guide page. Yeah. So, this has documentation on, the style guide, obviously. So we'll have it, break down the menu as it is broken down in the guide itself. But we also need to talk about the philosophy and reasoning behind each style. The why behind the variables and how to use them. Then I guess just even in general, just like best practices in WEBFLOW and how it relates to the style guide. Yeah, I totally forgot about this. This is a huge part of Piixel. So we want to make sure we do justice to this. So this will be on Pixel Pieces platform itself, right? Not on the marketing sites. So the way I'm doing this here, I think you're talking about all this stuff. So this is all going to be off of, like, we're going to have this on, like pixel.ca is going to be, well, let me just, this is the way I have, whoops, sorry. So we want to have this landing page. So you come to pixel.ca, and again, the whole issue or the whole point behind Piixel is this is the whole thing of what we're doing, right? And how we as a business, we're going to get to $1 million. So we're going to sell our product, which is Pixel Pieces. We're going to target people that have beginner to intermediate level experience within web design, and their goals and what their hopes and dreams are is they want to be able to learn how to build websites and good websites and be able to make a living doing that. So they're going to want to learn all the ins and outs of not only learning about websites, but also about kind of business and entrepreneurship and freelancing stuff in general. And then the way that we're going to be doing that is through YouTube, and that's going to be creating long-term educational content for courses, or it's going to be stuff that's just short-term YouTube videos as well. So with all that in mind, we're going to have the one right here, the one dedicated pixel.ca page where people are going to land to. And we're going to say, hey, Piixel is a place that you can come to learn everything there is to know about being a web designer. Specifically, we're going to focus on WEBFLOW for now, but you know, that's our 0 to 1 million. We'll worry about Framer and all those other, and WordPress, Ghost. We'll worry about all that stuff later. For right now, let's just focus on WEBFLOW. So we want to illustrate that to people. They come here, they can learn it. All the courses are going to be available for free. The materials on YouTube, you're going to watch a YouTube channel. That's all that stuff is going to be for free. And then there's going to be a link here to the style guide, which is going to be off of this Piixel site. So pixel.ca/style guide, you're going to be able to look at the information of the style guide. And when you go to pixelpieces.ca/components, that's going to take you to pixelpieces.com, and that's just going to be a reverse proxy. So it's still going to look like you're on the same site, but that's going to be where Pixel Pieces is going to be. So that's going to be the whole component area within like the whole pixel.ca kind of framework. And then there's going to be like the blog section and the resource sections. So yeah, it's all going to be under that umbrella. But a lot of these subpages are probably going to be their own WEBFLOW projects as well. But I want to keep everything under one URL just for search engine optimization and to have all that juice, all that search juice. That sounds terrible, but coming to Piixel. So yeah, I think, yeah, that's where I'm at. I hope that explains it there. Oh my goodness, talking. Since your avatar is people wanting to start a business by selling websites, a great upsell would be monthly subscription community on how to get clients build standing operating procedures and systems. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of things and a whole bunch of different directions I think we can go with that. And I think you're 100% right. And I've been thinking about those kinds of things. But again, I'm really like going back to this thing and the things that I've been learning, especially again, the Hormozis say this quite a bit. Focus your first million, one product, one avatar, and one channel. 3, whatever. It's one of each. Forget about everything else. Focus on getting good at this one thing. So if I can focus on that, get to that $1 million, and then we can think of all the different other things that we can sell, how we can make more money per client, all that kind of stuff. So I think the things you're saying here are fantastic. But again, to try to really focus myself and really see if I can actually make this component library thing work and there's actually a market for it, this is how I'm going to kind of start marketing it marketing it. Got it. Makes sense. Switching a few things. Yeah. No, 100%. Awesome. I appreciate it. Yeah, exactly. 1 million to 10 million. And that's going to be the whole different thing. Like going from 0 to 1 million, I think is one new skill set. It's a whole, like there's a whole bunch of skills that are going to be involved in that. But going from 1 million to like 10 million, that's going to be a whole nother game, like learning a whole bunch of different things. And then once we get this thing down of how we can sell, because it's not even that much. I have to sell, because it's at $250 for a Piixel Pieces subscription, right? We only have to sell 4,000 of those. I think it's 4,000 or so to get to $1 million. That's not that many. At least I don't think of it as being something that's really insurmountable. So once we get to that point, yeah, then it's going to be like, okay, we need to get to 10,000 or 10 million. How do we do that? And that's a whole, that's so much more, that'd be like 40,000 or whatever, 10x that. So you're going to need to sell more than just 40,000 subscriptions to Piixel Pieces, right? So yeah, we're going to have really cool conversations once we get to that point. I mean, they're all kind of cool conversations, but yeah, I'm looking forward to really understanding the process of taking a company from 0 to $1 million. And again, and this is different too in what I've done so far in terms of being like a freelancer and just doing websites for people. I feel like for me, that's not learning too much, because I could just build websites for people and I could probably get to a good point from there, but it's not really sustainable as selling products. So that's why I'm kind of really looking forward to doing this and really getting outside of my comfort zone in terms of what I know to do and what I've been good at all my life, which is just basically like, building websites for people. Anyways. All right. So, and some of this stuff too, Brent, like I haven't been, like I've talked about some of it, but some of it's just kind of been in my head and things that I'm just slowly kind of working it into, the live stream and building things. It's like it takes 5 seconds to come up with the idea. Then it takes like 2 months to actually like put in all the pieces in place to actually design things and build things and implement. And one of the big reasons too that I'm only focusing on Piixel Pieces and wanting to focus specifically on just selling those is because I need to make sure that I'm putting forth enough time in my day and in the week, I should say, probably more specifically, to make sure that I'm continually making the product as good as it could possibly be. Like right now I have 100 components, but I need to get to 200, 300, and I need to continually make them better, and integrate them a whole lot more into the style guide and just make everything, like I want people to log into Piixel Pieces, use the style guide and use that and just be blown away, right? So that way we can get that social proof. The product is so good that people just can't help but tell other people about it. So I need to focus on that, because right now, if people log into Piixel Pieces, like I know it could be 100 times better than what it is right now. So we need to focus on that. Keep making it better. So while I'm pumping out content to educate people and teach people about, the basics of web design, WEBFLOW, whatever the case may be, still on the back end, I'm still trying to make the product itself as good as it possibly can be. So that's kind of the focus. And all those other things that I've been doing, I feel like there's more distractions, right? Don't get distracted by trying to put this or sell that. Try to get people to buy the one thing I have right now. So if I can't get people to buy that, there's no way I can get them to buy all these other things. So focus on the one thing. Do you plan on eventually hiring people to take care of some of the work, or is this main purpose really to make it a one-man show? Oh God, no. Absolutely, I want to hire other people. I don't want to do this stuff myself. Like it's a lot of work. Like I work all the time. But I mean, it's good right now because it's fun. I really enjoy doing this. But like I'm telling you, like once I get to the point where I could even if I'm just getting one. Well, actually, how many do I need? Yeah, if I get to the point where I'm getting 1 to 2 new customers a week, which I don't think is very much. I still think it's going to take me a while to kind of maybe get there. But once I get to that point where I can make $2,500 to $3,000 to $5,000 a month, then I'm going to be like super gung ho and bringing other people on board. for help, because the faster I can, the more people I have on board that can help in terms of, say with product design or whatever the case may be, then the faster we'll grow and the faster we'll get there. So yeah, no, definitely not planning on this being just a one-man show. Absolutely not. The question is going to be what's going to be the best thing that I can offload to somebody else, and what are things that only I can do. So I need to figure that out. But I think the way that I think about it right now is more, what's really likely is that the first hire is probably going to be somebody that I can offload, either offload the editing of the videos that I'm going to be doing, or offloading the design and the production and the building of new components. So it's going to be one of the two, because those two, I don't necessarily have to do that, right? So those are probably going to be one of the two hires that I do. I'll probably, if I do hire two, it'll be like those guys. So yeah. So yeah. If you're ever interested, I'm always looking for people to work with. So if that's something that would ever interest you, just let me know and keep me posted, and I'll keep you posted as well too. And I'm sure when I'm going to hire somebody, they'll probably know about it, because I'll probably start talking about it. And be like, hey, I'm looking for somebody. So A/AI, how do you keep it streaming with little views? I always start and get demotivated if there's no viewers. Well, welcome to the stream. I really appreciate you stopping by. So how do you keep streaming for little views? So I guess it's a good question. I don't know whether I should feel sad though, because I've been doing this for over a year and I still think I have little views. I think there's how many things? I think there's two really big things that I keep in mind. For me anyways, personally, this is what works for me. So number one is I think of this as a long-term game. And one of the people, or the person that I've listened to quite a bit over the years, is Gary Vaynerchuk, Gary V. So I would encourage you to listen to this guy. And he talks a lot about to people about perseverance. And he says, people come to me, I've been doing this thing for like a month or 2 months and it doesn't work. I don't have any people watching. Like, what do I do? And he's basically says, he's like, come talk to me once you've been doing this every day for for 5 years. Then come talk to me if it's working or not, right? So I have it in my mind that it's going to take me a couple years at least to get traction and to get going and to get enough people that I would think that I'm not small anymore. Like, I don't even have a number in mind, but so I know it's going to take a long time. So in the meantime, while I'm not really big, I could experiment with trying different live streams, trying different topics of conversation, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't work, seeing what I like to do. And while I'm small, I feel like I feel like I'm flexible in order to pivot in different directions. So that's one thing. It's really, I think of this as like a sandbox playing time. The second part of it, which keeps me going, is that I've kind of made it, like I've integrated into part of my job and the part of the things that I'm doing. Because every day I have to work towards building my company. And if I could live stream at the same time and get fans and get people interested in what I'm doing by live streaming that process, it's like two birds with one stone. Like, I have to design stuff and build stuff anyways. Why not turn the camera on and just do that work while I'm just live streaming? So those are the two things in my mind that keep me motivated to keep going. So to summarize, number one, it's a long game. It's going to take time anyways. So keep plugging away, even though you have 0 followers. Don't worry about that. Just keep going. Eventually, you'll get better at your craft. You'll get better at doing it. And then people will eventually come if the quality and the content is there. So keep going. Know that it's a long game. And number two, I don't know how would I say this? That's not so specific to me. I guess I would say maybe have it tied to a specific goal or some place that you want to go towards. So if you know you want to get to a specific spot, keep that in mind and try to tailor your work and what you do every single day that helps you get towards that point, kind of piece by piece. So I think that that might help. Anyways, good to have you here. Hope to see you again in the future. But I really appreciate you stopping by. If you have any other questions, by all means, just let me know. So Brent, yeah, got it. Makes sense. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, absolutely. Cool. Right on. Thanks. It really helps you. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, let's do it all over again tomorrow. Yeah, if I still have my voice, I feel like I'm really starting to lose my voice now. It's getting a little scratchy. Yeah, no, absolutely. And I will say, AI here. One thing that does really help is that you find as you've been going through things, you'll find that you might start getting some regular viewers, like Brent here, Kevin here, Rolando, Brent, Sam. There's a couple other people that kind of show up every once in a while. And seeing the same faces or whatever, I think that gives you a little bit of a motivation as well too to kind of keep going, because you have people that are that engage with you. So like I know for me, I always say thank you to everyone at the end of every stream, because I really do appreciate it, because it does help knowing that there's people that are watching you, that are listening to you. It does help you keep going. So so yeah, guys, like thank you so much for joining and engaging. I really do appreciate it. So it really does help. Yeah, that sums it up right there. Like, trust the process. Yeah, like that's the thing. For all those people that you think are on YouTube that are overnight successes, even like Mr. Beast, it's like, yeah, it's overnight success that took 10 years to get there. 10 years, 5 years, 10 years, whatever, like learning the craft, figuring out what works, figuring out the technology, figuring out how the algorithm works. If you're really into the figuring out what makes sense for the YouTube algorithm. Like, there's a lot of skills that get into creating content that people are going to want to consume on like a massive scale, right? There's a lot of stuff that goes into it. And even learning about human psychology and learning about what people, like how people are interested in things and what makes people be interested in you within the first like 5 seconds of what you're going to say in a video. So learning about things like that, I think, is a good way to go about it. That's maybe a little bit more towards like long form, like recorded content, as opposed to like a live stream. But things like that are kind of important to study. And yeah, it's all part of the craft, all part of the process. Okay, so we went on a little bit of I don't know where we went there. We went a little bit off, but it's all good, but it's all related to what we're doing here. Okay, so right, so we have our style guide, our resources. So resources is different. Okay, resources is not going to be style guide, because style guide is going to be its own page. So, and I think maybe, you know what? I don't think we need a resources page off the bat. Because what else is there going to be? There's going to be the style guide. But in terms of resources, like I'm thinking, yeah, I don't know. Like maybe you can have things where if I'm ever doing any kind of videos, or if I'm ever talking about, how do you prepare a quote for a client, or how do you maybe track your finances in Excel or something like that, there might be some documents or some downloadable material. But again, I don't have that yet. So I don't know if I do need to have that tab. But if it is going to be there, it might just be like bullet point, hey, download this, just like spreadsheets for finances. And then maybe there's another column where it's design resources like Figma files, stuff like that, right? Yeah, maybe it does make sense, because maybe there will be lots of Figma files. Yeah. Yeah, from building wireframes to motivational speeches. Yeah, we have it all here on this live stream, it reminds me of this movie that I just watched. What the hell was it called? I can't remember what it was called, but Jamie Foxx was in it and Tommy Lee Jones. And Jamie Foxx was this lawyer that helped Tommy Lee Jones because somebody was trying to screw him over from his company. He did the stuff with funeral homes or whatever. But anyways, Jamie Foxx's character was like, it was kind of like a preacher. But he was a lawyer, but like a preacher lawyer, and it was just funny. And anyways, he was a super rich guy. Only took cases that he could win, and just the way he was talking was the preacher motivational speeches. And anyways, I love that he had his huge 747 plane, his personal plane. And I think it was called like the Wings of Justice or something. I don't know. I just thought it was really funny. Just, Wings of Justice, just a high flying lawyer guy. Anyways, motivational speeches. He was giving his talks and whatever. It's just like. It was just hilarious. I don't know why I was thinking about that, but it's pretty funny. Okay. Right. So I think the question was, do we need a resources page? Maybe not straight off of the main navigation right now. Especially since we won't have one. So we'll think about having one in the future. Okay. So on initial, oh my goodness, launch, we won't have one, but might in the near future. Oh, I can't see what I'm typing now. Might in the near future when we have things like Figma files, spreadsheets, PDF guides, what else would we have? I don't know. It's about all I can think of right now. Okay. And then of course we have blog, and this is probably the most simple page of it all, where it's just going to be, just blog posts. If we don't have to, I think we don't have to say anything else. I think they're just blog posts. Pretty simple. Okay. So we have our courses page. Let me just bold this here. We're going to have our components page. Right, medium, bold. Oh, I could smell some food. My wife's cooking some bacon wrapped chicken thighs. Oh, I could smell it. It's going to be good. Yes. Let's actually just cut this one out. Let's just put it here. Okay, so I think this is our layout. I'm just noticing here, guys, like 4 likes on this video. That's awesome. Thanks so much, guys. I really appreciate that. That is awesome. Glad you guys are liking the I guess the episode. Yeah, these are called episodes. Courses, components, style guide, blog, resources. Yeah. So this is the layout for Piixel.ca. And I wonder even if the blog, I don't know if you guys know about, well, I mean, obviously you guys know about WEBFLOW, but I don't like it as an actual blog. It's just such a shitty interface. The only reason I say this is because I was working with Ghost over the past week, and it's such a nice platform to have a blog because it's just so smooth. I just love it so much. But that being said, I don't think I would use it to use this blog, to start this blog, but I kind of almost want to. But that's going to be a whole lot more work. Might as well just build it in right into WEBFLOW, at least for now, and then you could port it over later on. But Ghost is just so nice for writing. Oh, it's just really incredible. And actually, now that I think about it, though, it might make sense too because of how they use they have the built-in like mail functionality, so we don't have to use MailChimp. That's something to think about. I'll have to think about that. Maybe I'm just going to put it here. Ghost platform? Just question marks. Okay. Okay. So what's next steps here? I think for next steps, I should probably start writing content. Yeah, we need our homepage. We need the content for the style guide. That's going to be quite a bit of content to write for that. I think we could even do that one in phases. We don't have to write the whole thing right off the bat. And we're not going to have any courses just quite yet when we launch too. So that's going to be like a coming soon. So yeah, and we just need the content for the homepage. Okay, we'll do that. We'll write the content. And then we're going to go into, I guess then we'll just design it. And we're not going to have to do too much stuff. I think it's here. Because we're really just going to take the same look and feel of what we already have here for our websites, right? For Piixel and Piixel Pieces. Because we basically want it to look as if you're on the same page, I think. So we might just have to change the menu and kind of how things are laid out. But from Piixel to Piixel Pieces, we want it to look the same. So we already have everything kind of laid out here in terms of different sections and whatever, 2-column grids and all that kind of stuff. So we're not going to have to reinvent the wheel for the design. So it shouldn't take too long. So today's Tuesday. So I don't know if I want to say by the end of the week, but the content might take a little while. But I think we could even put up a framework pretty soon. So we'll aim to see how far we can get by this Friday or maybe even over the weekend on Monday and just kind of have Piixel Pieces and just kind of set that home page up. Oh, there's one last thing. One last thing. I have a question of this for you guys because this goes kind of against what I was just kind of saying and preaching for this whole episode, but I'm not sure how we should do this. Okay, so what's my question? So yeah, this whole time I'm thinking about one avatar, one product, one channel, right? And that's Piixel Pieces. So that's great, no problems there. But I have Piixel right now, and I already have clients that I work with that are on my plans here for managing and building their website, right? So I have people that I work with. Should I still keep something like this right now until I know that I could make enough money to sustain, my family with Piixel Pieces? I guess the thing is, the clients that I have right now are enough to pay the bills. So I don't necessarily need or want more people. So I don't think that on this thing, I need to put like a hire me, you know what I mean? Like if I just, there'll still be the login, right? But hire Piixel, right? Do we want to still have a page of saying, hey, do you want us to just build your website for you? I don't think we want that. Because I feel like that, I don't know. Because I don't want to sell that. And I don't think I want that. It might even be that if we get to the point where people are getting really good value from like the videos and stuff, and like, hey, can you guys just build our websites for me? Maybe I could look at that on a case-by-case basis, although the answer should probably be no. Yeah, I'm thinking not. But if you have any thoughts on that, let me know. Because my gut is telling me that's against what I'm trying to do here, which is one product, one avatar, one channel. Get to $1 million. But there's also the family and the real world aspect of I need to make sure that I can actually put food on the table so that I can put all my energy into doing this, right? So that's always the kind of the dilemma and the trying to weigh the pros and cons. But I don't think I want to put it on there. But maybe it might not hurt having something on there. Again, I'm not promoting, not doing anything. It's just there. And I could do something silly where all people need to do, like if there is that page, they just come here and just like, oh yeah, I want it. Yeah, $3,000 a month. Sounds good. Get started. They can just pay and then away we go. And then, this is where too, if you get a customer too like that, then I could even just pawn that off to somebody else. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I think you should. I believe Hormozy preaches it as well, to have a done for you service. Done for you service, Piixel Media, done with you service, community, and then do it yourself service. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Okay. But I always think like, what's long term? What's my long term goal here? My long term vision, and even not even long term, even just medium term. Like by the end of the year, like I don't want to bring on any new clients for this kind of stuff, because the amount of money I could make per client will pale in comparison for the amount of money that I can make selling Piixel pieces, right? So at the end of the day, that's not my goal. But again, I hear you in terms of what we need. Yeah, exactly. So that's a long-term goal, medium, long-term goal. There still needs to be something that puts food on the table, for sure, 100%. So, yeah. What I wrote is your long-term goal. I see. I think I see what you're saying. Yeah. You mean in terms of the done for you, and then the done with you, and then the what you do for yourself. Yeah. Lots to think about. Yeah, like it won't hurt having something. It's already built. And I could just make it simple. Like even I have it right now where it's like multiple plans. It's just like, listen, if you have a big website, you have some money, let's do business. If not, then so be it. I don't need these little guys anyways. Little guys are always a big pain in the butt anyways, because they want you to do a million things, and they think that your time is basically free, and they don't want to pay you. But you get those larger enterprise clients, they understand the value of money and what they're going to get out of it. And for $3,000 or $5,000 or whatever I end up charging, I mean, the whole idea is that you don't have to hire a web designer or developer on your team. You can just hire me, and we'll just take care of all of it for you. Anyways, that's a whole nother topic of conversation in terms of what the old business model was. Yeah, the full funnel approach. Yeah, no, 100%. Okay, well, I'll put some thought into it. Yeah, because I can see a world where people come in here, somebody's just typing in, learn how to build a website, because they don't know how to build a website. They come across some of my videos, they come across Piixel, they'll start to get to know me or whatever. They'll watch a couple of videos and be like, oh, this guy actually knows what he's talking about. Let me look at his website. Oh, look, you can hire this person if you want to. I wouldn't mind working with this person, and then just having a little thing there, why not, right? Yeah, and I don't think having like that will conflict with what I'm doing here, because that's not what I'm really trying to do, because that's not my path to $1 million. That's my path to making sure I can put food on the table so that I can work and dedicate all of my time to getting to that $1 million. I don't know. Maybe I'm reaching. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I have both of his books. So I've read parts of both of his books. I haven't sat down to read all of them front to cover. So, but yeah, I do need to read it. Like, yeah, I have them. I definitely have them, because like, yeah, you got to have those books. Might be time to read it, so you might be able to to put the pieces of the puzzle together. Yeah, I know, for sure. Yeah, and I guess it's just a little thing too that I'm kind of, haggling with myself with over here, because at the end of the day, I have a pretty good idea of what my product is and where I want to go. It's just, should I abandon some of the stuff that I'm doing right now that has allowed me to quit my job back in 2022 to do this full time right now. So, and I want to continue to be able to do this full time, because I think it might even take 6 months to a year before I even start making any kind of consistent money coming in through Piixel pieces, if I'm being honest. So I need to be able to keep that going somehow. So, and I would rather get a couple clients than have to go get a full-time job working for like a company, which would be brutal. So, so yeah, food for thought. Anyways, okay. So my throat is killing me here. One sec. Okay. Plan of attack. Number 1, start writing content. Probably start that tonight, tomorrow, whatever. So tomorrow, I'm sure we're going to do some content. And then we're going to, once we have that content done, we're just going to basically build out the website. And I don't know if we're going to go with Figma or if we're just going to go straight into WEBFLOW, just because everything is already kind of laid out. Like I said, we already kind of know what the theme and the look and feel is. So we might just go into WEBFLOWs, but we might not. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Either way, content, design, build, hopefully by Friday or at the latest, maybe early next week, to have the new pixelpieces.ca born. And we'll have to learn how to do this reverse proxy stuff too. So we're gonna have to figure that out. I know the guys at FinSuite talk a lot about that. So I think they have some tutorials on there to check out. So we'll learn about that as well too. So hopefully we can figure out how to do that as well too. So that's it for me for today. Thank you everyone for joining and tuning in and engaging. I really, really appreciate it as always. And I'm gonna rest my throat for a little bit, have some supper, get back to work. Have a great rest of your day. Rolando, stay cool. Hopefully you're not too hot over there. And yeah, and everyone, thanks again. And what was the comment? Yeah, take care. Yeah, see you tomorrow. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, have a great rest of your evening, everyone. And back at it tomorrow. You know, no rest for the wicked, I guess. Always working away. See you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.